All right, so what foods are best suited for co-packing services? Now, in this video, I'm actually going to run down the 10 specific foods that if you are making these kind of foods, co-packers are going to help you definitely scale in a very fast, short period of time. So certain types of foods, as you may or may not know, are ideal for co-packing services, particularly products that require specialized equipment, extensive packaging, or even adherence to strict regulations. Now, co-packing is often used by companies looking to scale production or those that actually need help with the technical challenges of food manufacturing. We're going to dive into 10 specific foods. I'm going to give you the reasons why co-packing is ideal for each and every single one of these and explain to you how this works. So welcome to Marketing Food Online. So in this video for Marketing Food Online, we're going to give you those 10 specific foods and why co-packing is genius for them. Okay, number one, sauces, condiments, and dressings. Yes, so why co-packing is ideal? Well, complex processing. Now, you got to understand that many sauces, such as hot sauces, even barbecue sauces, salad dressings even, require emulsification, as it's known, pasteurization, and even hot fill techniques. Now, co-packers are kind of equipped with the machinery to ensure that these processes are done safely and efficiently. Now, consistency, that's another challenge and a big problem too. So maintaining consistent flow, texture, and viscosity is crucial for sauces. Co-packers actually use automated processes that reduce human error, ensuring uniformity across large batches of these types of products. Now, packaging expertise. Sauces also need specific packaging like glass jars, plastic bottles, or even squeeze pouches that require specialized filling machines. Now, co-packers have the necessary equipment for this to handle these types of packaging needs when it comes to sauces and dressings and such. Okay, number two, beverages like juices, sodas, energy drinks, or even cold brew coffee. Why co-packing is ideal? Well, beverage-specific equipment. Beverages often require carbonation, pasteurization, or even cold fill processes, as it's known. Co-packers with beverage expertise can actually ensure that the right handling and filling methods to preserve the product's freshness and safety while mass producing these items. Next one up would be bottling and canning. Now, many co-packers actually specialize in bottling or canning beverages in various sizes and materials, from glass bottles to actually aluminum cans. So a co-packer can actually handle both the filling and the packaging requirements for that as well. Shelf life testing. Now, if you're doing these types of beverages and such, you need co-packers that actually offer shelf life testing for beverages to ensure that they remain stable and safe for consumption over time. Number three, baked goods. Yes, of course, cookies, cakes, muffins, and brownies. So if you're in the baking industry or the baking business and you want to scale that production, this is why co-packers are ideal. Consistency in baking. Producing consistent batches of baked goods requires exact control over temperature, ingredient ratios, and even timing of baking. Now, co-packers have the industrial ovens, for instance, and the mixing equipment necessary to scale baked goods without compromising the quality of the specific baked good. High volume production, next up. So for products like cookies and muffins, for instance, where demand can fluctuate, co-packers can easily adjust production volumes to meet larger orders, such as seasonal or even holiday demands. Packaging and shelf stability. This is another really interesting one, that many baked goods require careful packaging to extend the shelf life while maintaining the freshness. So co-packers can actually offer modified atmosphere packaging. Yes, that's MAPs as it's known, or even vacuum sealed packaging to protect the product. Number four, snacks. Okay, so let's say you're into chips, you do pretzels, maybe granola bars or popcorn. Co-packers are ideal for the following reason. Specialized equipment again, because this snack foods often require unique processes such as extrusion for chips and crackers, baking, frying, or even popping for popcorn. Co-packers are equipped with the specific machinery to handle these types of methods. Now, portion control and packaging. Now, co-packers excel in portioning snacks into individual packets. Now, family-sized bags even, or bulk formats. They also offer reasonable packaging, resealable solutions for important snack products. Next one up, consistency in texture and flavor. Of course, so when you're doing chips and pretzels, you obviously want texture and consistency with the flavor. Now, ensuring that each and every batch of chips and granolas are actually pretzels have the same texture and flavor profile is super critical for customer satisfaction. Co-packers rely on precision and precise ingredient measurements and even cooking techniques to deliver consistent products. Number five, this is a big one because we get a lot of questions about frozen food, is actually frozen food, meals, vegetables, desserts, etc. Why co-packers are ideal? Well, The freezing technology. Now, when it comes to freezing food, it actually requires precise handling to avoid freezer burn and maintain quality control of the food. Co-packers have access to what's known as flash freezing technology, which actually locks in the freshness without affecting the texture of the food. Complex production processes. So frozen meals actually often involve multiple steps, believe it or not, including cooking, portioning, and even freezing, which are actually difficult to manage when you're doing small scale. So that is where co-packers, they can actually handle this efficiently, and specialized equipment actually helps with larger freezer storage capacities. Now, packaging for freezing too. Now, you understand that the packaging for frozen foods must protect the product during the freezing and thawing. Co-packers use materials that are resistant to moisture and seal tightly to prevent any freezer damage. Number 6, the next food that is really good for co-packing: spices, seasonings, and dry mixes. Now, this is why co-packing is actually ideal. Accurate ingredient blending, as it's known. Now, co-packers with experience in spices and dry mixes have equipment designed specifically to blend powders and the granules evenly, ensuring consistency in flavor and potency. Portioning and packaging. So spices and seasonings often need to actually be portioned into small containers or pouches, right? So this actually requires precise filling machine to avoid any waste. Co-packers are also familiar with the packaging options that actually prevent the clumping and to preserve the freshness of every spice they make. Now, food safety and even allergen control. So co-packers, another thing that they do with spices is they specialize in dry foods, are highly vigilant about cross-contamination and allergen management. Now, this is especially in spice blends where certain ingredients like nuts or even gluten may pose a risk for some consumers. Number 7, canned goods. Yes, soups, stews, vegetables, and more. Why a co-packer is ideal for this process. So canning expertise. If your canning requires precise control over cooking times, pressure, and sealing to ensure that the product is shelf stable and free from harmful bacteria, you want to use a co-packer who's experienced in handling that canning process safely. Okay. Next one would be the equipment for sterilization. Now, when you're doing soups and stews, co-packers have the sanitation and sterilization and the pasteurization equipment necessary to make canned goods shelf stable while retaining flavor and texture. Labeling and compliance. So canned goods often also need specific labeling of nutrition facts panels that comply with the FDA standards. Now, co-packers can ensure that the labeling meets all regulatory requirements. Number 8, dairy-free and plant-based products. This is a hugely popular one right now. A lot of co-packers are being filled up with these types of products. Why co-packing is ideal for them? Well, ingredient handling, for instance. Many plant-based products like dairy alternatives like nut milks, vegan cheeses require specific processing methods to ensure a smooth consistency and shelf stability. Co-packers' experience in this niche can actually manage these complexities. So they also have specialized equipment. So let's talk about that for a little bit. Producing plant-based foods often requires specialized equipment, such as emulsifiers and homogenizers. Now, with many co-packers already having these, this actually makes it easier to produce high-quality dairy-free products at scale. Certifications, that's another one you want to look at. Co-packers also with certifications for handling vegan or dairy-free foods actually help to ensure that the products remain free from cross-contamination with animal-based ingredients. Number 9, nut butters and spreads. Now, this is a gigantic global market, actually, when it comes to nut butters. Why is a co-packer ideal for this one, Damien? Well, grinding and emulsifying equipment to start off with. Producing nut butters actually requires grinding nuts into a smooth paste and sometimes incorporating additional ingredients for flavor or even texture. Co-packers have the necessary equipment to achieve the desired consistency and smoothness. Packaging expertise. Well, nut butters need airtight packaging to avoid spoilage, which requires a vacuum sealing or specialized jars. Now, co-packers can often offer packaging options that actually enhance the shelf life, believe it or not. Next one would be allergen control. So if your product is a nut-based, co-packers with experience in managing allergens will help prevent cross-contamination, ensuring that safe product for consumers. Last but not least, number 10, frozen desserts, things like ice creams, frozen yogurts. Now, why co-packing is ideal for this? Well, of course, right off the bat, temperature control. Frozen desserts require strict temperature management during production and storage. Co-packers have the facilities and freezers to keep products at the correct temperature throughout the process of making it. Now, consistency and texture. Now, producing a smooth, creamy ice cream or even a sorbet at scale can be a huge challenge. Co-packers have the machinery to churn and freeze these products to achieve the perfect consistency. Last but not least, of course, packaging for frozen foods. Now, frozen foods need a specific packaging that protects them from freezer burn and keeps them sealed tight during distribution. Now, co-packers offer packaging that maintains that product quality from the factory to consumers' freezers. So wrapping up the video, in summary, you got to understand that foods that benefit from the most co-packing are those requiring specialized equipment like a consistent quality and complex packaging. Co-packers provide the expertise, machinery, and the processes necessary to manufacture and package these products efficiently, helping businesses scale without the hefty capital of investment. So if you have any questions about co-packing, I gave you 10 specific types of foods. If you're looking to create any of these, let me know down below, comment in the section, or if you've worked with co-packers specifically in any of these industries, comment down below, because we have a lot of subscribers here who are interested in these food types of businesses and they've never worked with co-packers. So your experience is definitely worthwhile. I'll see you guys in our next video.